go get them again.
Welcome back to the Robzoid channel. I'm your host Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on the brand of Byredo, and this one called Young Rose. Definitely not something that was on my radar. Again, this is part of the big Fragflex return haul, so it's coming to me for decanting, but I'd like to do a video on it before I start decanting. So it is a fragrance, and I'm just being honest here, that was not on my radar from Byredo. There's a lot more, I say, interesting note breakdowns, interesting names, interesting fragrances all together that I'd like to try from the brand. But since this comes in, we're going to delve into it. And it might be a surprise. You never know. Now, before we get into anything, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Got daily videos. I'm almost shooting 2 videos a day now for all of you. Smash that like button for all my hard work. Takes you 2 seconds, takes me a couple hours to actually do all this and edit and everything. I don't have an editor. I don't get free bottles. You're saying, oh, it's free. No. They send it to me for decant, not for review. And you can check, like, the proof's in the pudding. My Fragflex unboxings, 80%, I would say, and anybody that chime in the comments, like, how many negative fragrance reviews from the Fragflex haul have come in? It's probably a good 80%, like 20% are good. So it's not very balanced, but that's what you get from me. Very honest. When you go into a store, like a Byredo store, you know, unless you're enamored or love the brand, you're not going to go out and go, oh, I love every single fragrance from the brand. There is some brands that really sometimes just can't miss, and that's our taste, right? I got some brands like Slumber House, right? That's a can't miss brand from me. And there's others, but there's some brands that have more hits than misses, but then there's other brands that have more misses than hits. So anyway, much appreciate all the support, the comments, the likes, the people that come check out these videos. Maybe you're not even interested in this, but you just want to educate yourself in perfumery like I do, right? This is educational for me. Me doing just decanting for this website of this stuff doesn't give me any knowledge. This, just sitting down, taking 10 minutes of my time, yeah, it takes hours in the editing side of things, okay? This doesn't take long. Well, it does take long, like I'm setting up everything, but anyway, this 10 to 15 minutes is just like a sit down, no noise, and I'm just focusing on this one scent. Like I get sent, 50 to 100 bottles in one swoop, and it can be kind of overwhelming, but I'm taking, snippets here and there, and I'm doing a bunch of unboxings, but it kind of just slows down time. And now I'm going to talk about Young Rose and just now my Rolodex, this knowledge, right? Now I got more knowledge on another rose-based scent. Maybe, it might be, I'm assuming with the name it should be. Now I got more knowledge in that. I got more knowledge on the brand of Byredo. This could be a flop, but it could be a good one. That knowledge really helps me in helping other people out. So let's take a look at the note breakdown. Talking about knowledge, let's take a look at it. So in the top we got Szechuan pepper and ambrette. Interesting. In the mid, we got rose and iris. So ambrette and iris, pretty close cousins. Honestly, they do the same kind of feeling, a little bit, right? They got their quirks, but we'll see which one we see more of in here, or none at all. And in the base, we got musk and ambroxan. Ooh, okay. We don't like and we don't like ambroxan here on the Robzoid channel. We know this. Released in 2021. So it's it's got a few years behind it, but not too much. On the nose behind this is Jérôme Epinette, Monsieur Atelier Cologne. And he's done a lot of Byredos as well. He's very good at citruses. Obviously, Atelier Cologne is known for that. He does citruses really well. I'll be quite honest. Now, citruses burn off quite quickly on fragrances. So unfortunately, right, they're just introductory notes. That's why they're in the top notes, because they don't have much to them. So the darker notes, the denser notes, the ones that have more weight to them, amplify and weigh down the citruses, and then they dissipate. So Young Rose, it's a 100 ml, big boy bottle, and let's delve into it. And I think, what's the website? I went on a website and it said discontinued. This is not discontinued at all. I went on the Byredo site just to see it is available. So let's delve into it. Very good atomizer from Byredo. Oh, this is thin, watery rose. Yes. 100% EP net. Young rose is a good word for it. Oh, very citrusy. Ooh. That comes from the Szechuan pepper. That's unique. A lot of perfumiers don't use that portion of Szechuan pepper that much. It's very vivid. The young rose, though, it's like the rose itself is like a rose that's not in bloom yet. It's not full bloom. There's some musks. It's transparent. It's light. It's thin. But I'm getting a lot of citruses up top. And again, there's none listed. None. Zip. Zero. Yeah. So Szechuan pepper, in its scent profile, if you look up Szechuan pepper, obviously there's multiple facets from the pepper, but this is the only thing that can bring me to citruses, is because Szechuan pepper can give out a lemony feel or a lemony scent profile. Not this dominant as far as perfumes go, personally. I haven't seen a Szechuan pepper do this, honestly, as bright as this is and as prominent as this is. So my guess, it's from that. But if he put in a lemon drop just to make that feel, I wouldn't be surprised. It also has like a grapefruity tartness to it that can also come from the Szechuan pepper. So interesting take on that note. Very interesting. A lot of perfumiers do not throw off that part of Szechuan pepper. Interesting. It does have a fizzy, and that's why I'm thinking like grapefruit, because it has like, grapefruit's more tart than anything, but it almost has like an aldehydic feel to it. Why? Because there's rose in here, there's florals, so there's a floral aspect and there's a citrusy. Aldehydes, if you don't know, kind of give like a champagne-like accord, like almost like a bubbly. This almost has that kind of fizzy, citrusy, lemony kind of feel. Like some people can correlate that to Sprite or 7-Up, and I'd be like, you're not completely wrong. It kind of has that kind of feel to it. It's definitely not your typical rose-based scent. Like a lot of people go like rose, oh, that's old lady-like, right? Depending on the rose, right? It could be a green stem rose. It could be a powdery rose, which is more what people correlate to a older rose. This is much brighter, much lighter, much more thinned out. Honestly, it kind of smells like an Atelier Cologne release. It really does. And Epinette, of course, built a lot of the Atelier portfolio because it has the same factors. Like if you blindfolded me, I don't think my first thought would be Byredo. Like even though Byredo's known for thin, also known for citruses and kind of having those citruses up front. They're really known for that. Atelier Cologne's well known for that. That's actually their bread and butter. If you blindfolded me and I smelt this, I would have said Atelier Cologne. It's transparent, it's watery, it's got the citrusy notes. More so than rose, actually, but it has enough rose in it to say that it's there. But holy, it's not a true dominant rose-based scent. And rose is such a saturated genre. So saturated. There's tons out there. Like, I mean, it might be one of, if not the most utilized note in perfumery. It's so old, and there's so many rose dominant scents that I don't know. This isn't standing out in the rose game, unfortunately. It's not a horrible rose. That's not what I'm saying. But, and again, as a real fragrance reviewer, one that didn't get a free product, I have to look at price tag. I have to look at quality. I have to look at things like that because people are looking at me for their fragrance advice and my opinion. It's not a horrible rose, because I've smelt a lot, and I mean a lot, but it's a forgettable one, right? Even at Atelier pricing. Atelier colognes are really cheap, especially at discounters, right? You can find an Atelier cologne fragrance, and my American friends, pardon me, I'm Canadian, but I've been seeing Atelier fragrances, especially since they left North America. Some have jumped up, some have jumped down in price. And you could get one for like 80 bucks Canadian, right? Even at that price, it's almost a forgettable Atelier cologne fragrance. So at Byredo pricing, which is much steeper, I would say almost double of what Atelier is asking. And I'm not comparing retail. Retail Ateliers, like a lot of them are not worth retail. Byredo, they have some that are worth retail. I'm talking about like the cheapest that you can get them. These don't get cut off too much. I think 100 mil, like a good price is like 250 Canadian. That's what I'm looking at for 100 mil. That's not bad. I rather go a little under 200 for 100 mil, honestly, for their better ones. But I'm willing to pay like 250 Canadian for pulp, Belle d'Afrique. And then there's their higher ones. But putting this against those, just the brand itself, right? As a fragrance reviewer, I got to look at it as a brand as a whole as well. That's its competition. I'm going to a Byredo store boutique. I'm smelling Belle d'Afrique. I'm smelling Tobacco Mandarin. I'm smelling pulp. I'm smelling all of these. How many people are going to go to this and go, yeah, I'll spend $200-300 on this? Tough sale. So for me, yeah, it's a nice perfume. Not great by any means. Forgettable run one. I think that's pretty straightforward. Now this one is available at fragflex.com. I'd like to see what their Byredos are at. I am, of course, I purchased a backup just recently. Well, just recently. I think it's been a while actually. It's collecting dust. I need to unbox that thing. I bought a backup of pulp because I only had a 50 mil, and I first bought that when I first got on YouTube. So I needed to re-up that one. I love that one. But this is available at fragflex.com, and you can use my code TFG10. You get 10% off site-wide, so you don't have to purchase this. And that coupon code TFG10, you can keep it in your back pocket. Keep revisiting the site. You may find something that you like, and that code can be used. There's no expiry on it. Now that you've heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly, right? You can disagree with me on Young Rose. I'll keep your comment up. Unlike other people on YouTube, just saying, I'm not saying any names, but a lot of influencers have these egos. They're just like, nope, nobody can disagree with me. Okay, buddy. So yeah, you can disagree. You can say this is the best thing that Byredo has released. What I would like to see is you backing up that claim. I just want to see, what you like about it. And I may see it in a different eye, probably not, but I'd like to see that. Good and bad, right? That's, that's the part of our whole hobby. We all have different tastes, and but personally for me, this is a pass. And yeah, as always, a great to pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.